him. I'll have a quick word about our basic light stream dry fly setup. This is a Sage blank, it's a VPS. Two to three weight. There's no real point in using very heavy equipment for a small stream like this. The maximum fish we'll actually encounter on a small stream like this will be around about 1 kilograms or 2 pounds, and they're going to be very infrequent. So we want to keep the equipment as light as possible. There's a very practical reason for doing this. I've got a 2-weight fly line on. Most people fishing a stream like this are still using 4 and 5-weight fly lines. Now there's a very good reason not to use a fly line of that particular weight. It's heavy and it splashes, and the fish sense that with the same lateral line that it can sense me wading up the stream. And if you alert fish to your presence, then you've already lost the battle. So the most important thing to do is to be stealthy, and that means using the correct light equipment for a small stream. So this is a 2 to 3 weight rod, and importantly the action's progressive. There seems to have been an increasing tendency with modern manufacturers to develop faster and faster rods. This in my opinion is a bad idea. Very fast, very tippy rods are not very sensitive. Of course manufacturers claim the opposite. They claim that a rod is both sensitive and fast in action, but that's not true. If a rod's fast, you're likely to have problems with tippets breaking. As you can see, since I've been standing here, even while I've been talking, the fish have started to rise. They're not aware of my presence in the stream, and we'll have a cast. I'll just carry on a quick basic of the rig. So there's a 2-weight line on this 2 to 3 weight Sage blank. Most modern rods will easily, especially with an experienced angler, will easily cast the line weight lower than the rod's actually rated for. So it's always a good idea for more experienced anglers to use a slightly lighter line. It gives better presentation, and after all that's the main thing when we're fishing, presenting the fly. If we get that right, everything else shall follow. To that aim, I'm using a furled leader. I really recommend these for dry fly work on small streams. It's a small section, tapered material leader, which I've treated with mucilin. You must treat these furled leaders, these cotton furled leaders, with mucilin before use, otherwise they'll sink. I do that regularly anyway, and I do it at the end of the fly line. There's nothing more annoying to a dry fly angler than the tip of the fly line continually starting to sink. Now I've got quite a long tippet on with the furled leader as well, so that gives my total leader length of around 10 to 12 feet, and on the end I've got a nice little olive emerger. These flies I suspect are taking the occasional emerging olive which is coming down. It's not actually a spectacular hatch by any means, and there aren't many fish moving, but sometimes fishing's like this, sometimes it's hard and we've got to work for our fish. So what I'll do is have a quick cast at this rising fish. Let's see if we can rise him for the camera. I'll dry the fly off. I just had a fish a couple of minutes previously. This is one of my special patterns. I'll be showing you how to use this very shortly, how to tie it. I found it spectacularly good, especially on difficult fish, but I increasingly use it as a general pattern because of its effectiveness. It's not particularly difficult to tie, and it is very effective. So we just keep an eye, and of course now I'm applying line sink. This is Fuller's Earth mixed with glycerin. Most important thing when you're dry fly fishing is that the tippet actually stays under the surface. When the tippet's on the surface, the fish have a much clearer idea of what's going on, and you'll convert far fewer rises to actual takes of the fly. A very slowly moving position. I can see an olive